What happens when you combine a relentless work ethic, unmatched grappling skills, and a quiet, unstoppable determination? You get Khabib, the Eagle, Nurmagomedov, a fighter who didn't just compete in MMA, he conquered it. From the mountains of Dagestan to the bright lights of the UFC, Khabib's story is nothing short of legendary.
It's time to talk about the main representative of mixed martial arts from Dagestan. About the pioneer and wrestling popularizer on the global scene. About one of the most famous fighters of our time and a real nightmare for all lightweights of the world's best league.
But how did he do it? And why does his name still send shivers down the spine of every lightweight fighter? Let's dive into the incredible journey of the Eagle, a man who flew to the top of the MMA world and left an indelible mark on the sport. Early life, wrestling bears. Khabib was born on September 20th, 1988, in Sildi, a small village in Dagestan, Russia. This wasn't your typical neighborhood. It was a tough, mountainous region where wrestling wasn't just a sport, it was a way of life. Khabib grew up in a household where discipline and hard work were the norm. His father, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, was a decorated wrestler and a coach who believed in building mental and physical toughness from a young age. And when we say young, we mean really young. At the age of 9, Khabib famously wrestled a bear cub. Yes, a real bear. While most kids were playing hide-and-seek, Khabib was grappling with a furry opponent. Why wrestle a bear? Simple. In Dagestan, if you can handle a bear, you can handle just about anything. Or anyone. The foundation, a martial arts buffet. Under his father's watchful eye, Khabib's training wasn't limited to wrestling. He mastered judo, a Japanese martial art, focusing on throws and submissions, and sambo, a Russian combat sport that blends striking and grappling. By his teenage years, Khabib was already a force to be reckoned with. He wasn't just training, he was building a skill set that would later dominate the world of mixed martial arts. In 2008, at the age of 20, Khabib made his professional MMA debut. Fighting in regional promotions across Russia and Ukraine, he quickly gained attention. His relentless grappling, suffocating pressure, and ability to control opponents on the ground made him a standout. The UFC calls. Enter the Eagle. In 2012, Khabib signed with the UFC. His debut fight against Kamal Shaloris was a statement. He secured a dominant win, showcasing his elite grappling and ground-and-pound skills. Fans took notice, analysts took notice, and most importantly, future opponents took notice. Khabib didn't just win fights, he dominated them. He made world-class fighters look like amateurs, dragging them into deep waters and leaving them gasping for air. Rafael dos Anjos, Michael Johnson, Edson Barboza, one by one, they all fell to the Eagle's relentless pressure. The Conor McGregor rivalry, the fight of the century. Then came the rivalry that shook the MMA world. Khabib versus Conor McGregor. Conor, known for his trash talk and flashy persona, was the polar opposite of Khabib's quiet, humble demeanor. The lead-up to their fight was pure chaos, with McGregor attacking Khabib's team bus in a now infamous incident. But Khabib stayed calm, biding his time until the octagon door closed. At UFC 229, the world watched as Khabib dismantled McGregor with clinical precision. Round after round, he out-wrestled and outclassed the Irishman, eventually forcing him to tap out in the fourth round with a neck crank. It wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. After the fight, emotions boiled over, and Khabib leaped out of the cage to confront McGregor's team, sparking a melee that made headlines worldwide. It was a moment that highlighted the intense rivalry between the two camps. Undefeated, 29 fights, 29 wins, Khabib didn't stop with McGregor. He went on to defend his title against elite fighters like Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje. Each time, the story was the same. His opponents entered the octagon with confidence, only to be overwhelmed by Khabib's relentless grappling and ground control. Poirier called it drowning. Gaethje described it as being trapped. When Khabib retired in 2020, he did so with a perfect record: 29 wins, 0 losses.
First of all, I want to say Alhamdulillah. Without God, we cannot do nothing. Everything is nothing. You know, number one, believe on your one God. And I'm all my team here without my father. This everything because of my father. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much, Father. Coach Javier, come here, brother. Coach, please come here. Coach Javier, I come 2012 here. You know, he teach me a lot of things, you know. Mix my father and Javier is incredible mix for me. And you know, I want to say thank you for my opponent and his team. Iaquinta. Iaquinta is a real Brooklyn gangster. This is not about chicken. Iaquinta is real gangster. He come here. Where's Conor? He want to fight with Bass. I want to fight with real gangster.
In a sport where even the best stumble, Khabib stood tall, undefeated, untouched, and unmatched. Personal life, faith, family, and legacy. Outside the octagon, Khabib is a deeply private and humble man. He is a devout Muslim, and his faith plays a central role in his life. Family, too, is everything to Khabib. His father, Abdulmanap, was not only his coach, but his mentor and best friend. When Abdulmanap passed away in 2020, it hit Khabib hard. In a promise to his mother, Khabib retired from fighting, honoring his father's legacy and focusing on family. Life after fighting, coaching and mentorship retirement didn't mean stepping away from the sport. Khabib transitioned into coaching, guiding fighters like his cousin Umar Nurmagomedov and close friend Islam Makhachev. Islam, now a UFC lightweight champion, credits much of his success to Khabib's mentorship. The legacy of the Eagle continues through the fighters he trains and inspires. Khabib has also ventured into fight promotion, launching Eagle FC, a promotion aimed at showcasing up-and-coming talent from around the world. Global impact, a symbol of discipline and respect. Khabib isn't just a fighter, he's a global icon. For the people of Dagestan, he's a hometown hero who put their region on the map. For the Muslim community, he's a role model who embodies discipline, humility, and faith. He's shown the world that you don't need trash talk or bravado to succeed. Instead, hard work, respect, and unwavering determination can take you to the top. From wrestling bears in Dagestan to dominating the UFC, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov's journey is a story of grit, perseverance, and greatness. He's not just a champion. He's a legend whose impact on MMA will be felt for generations to come. What's next for Khabib? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the legacy of the Eagle is far from over. So, what made Khabib unstoppable? Simple. Relentless training, unshakable faith, and the heart of a champion. And that's why, when you hear the name Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov, you're hearing the story of one of the greatest fighters of all time.